Good afternoon. Welcome to Miss Smith Presents Love Wins 8. I am Miss Smith. For those of you watching online, we are streaming live from Salem, Oregon with a beautiful audience. Let's hear ya. It's all for you, Lisa. Lisa walked in right as the thunderous applause happened. That's awesome. Welcome. If you're online, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hop into the chat window, and say hello. Eric Gullickson is in Portland, Oregon, acting as Miss Smith Presents in the chat window, and will drop links from time to time to remind you to donate to our beneficiary for today. Our beneficiary is the Afiya Center. You're going to hear more about them later in the show, but the Afiya Center is located in Dallas, Texas, and is on the front lines of Black maternal health care and Black women's reproductive health. On Instagram 2 days ago, they posted this. For years, advocates have warned that Texas abortion bans would lead to devastating health outcomes. Now, national reports confirm the reality we knew was coming. A new ProPublica analysis found a 50% increase in sepsis cases and a rise in maternal deaths after Texas' 6-week abortion ban went into effect. Black women already facing higher maternal mortality rates are disproportionately affected. The executive director of the Afiya Center, Marcia Jones, said this: "Before Senate Bill 8 happened, we were screaming, if you remove access to abortions, maternal mortality rates are going to soar." And they are. Friends, whenever you watch this concert, or today, take a moment and go to www.theafiyacenter.org and donate. They obviously need our help, and that help is not going to stop anytime soon. When you donate, perhaps put a note that says sending support from Oregon, or keep marching Aurora Sherman live stream so they know that there are people out there who notice and who care. Today is International Women's Day. International Women's Day began in 1911 and is a day that belongs to all who care about women's equality. My cousin is in London right now, and she went to Piccadilly Square as her just regular itinerary and ran into a massive women's march. She has been sending me videos, and she's like, this is just the coolest thing ever. I don't believe Aurora and I scheduled the show on this date with that in mind, but there are no coincidences, are there? I was trying to decide what to wear today, and I decided on the top that I have on. My mother made this for me. And I want to give a shout out to my parents, who I know are watching now from Wichita Falls, Texas. I was always told I could go to any school I wanted and be anything I wanted to be. They fully supported me from childhood to this very day. Thank you, Bill and Linda Smith. And to my mother, the award-winning poet. Thank you for demonstrating independence and resilience as a Democrat in blood-red Wichita Falls, Texas. Most Democrats in Wichita Falls hide and do not discuss their political affiliation for fear of retaliation. Not my mother. She is a loud and proud Democrat, and she shaped who I am today. Happy International Women's Day, Mom. Yeah. Okay, this concert was supposed to be a show about flowers and springtime. Then the election happened. Aurora came to me and said she was uninspired by her rep, and I said, that's because you're mad. I give you permission to be mad. Change the program and sing what you need to sing. We are joined today by the Queertet. Our beloved soprano is sick, so I will be stepping in. And we also have a special guest, Erin McGrath, who has joined us as a bisectional singer for this show and for the next concert in July for Siege Waters. Aurora and I have been doing Love Wins shows since Donald Trump's first administration, and we will continue to offer these concerts to raise awareness and help with our own emotional process as citizens of the United States of America. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage in Love Wins 8, Keep Marching, Aurora Sherman.
to the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf, it was apricot. You kept one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself gavotte. And all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner, they'd be your partner, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, you're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you, don't you, don't you? Well, you had me several years ago when I was still quite naive. You said we made such a pretty pair and that you would never leave. Well, you gave away the things you loved, and one of them was me. I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, don't you, don't you? Well, I heard you went down to Mar-a-Lago and your horse quite naturally won. Flew your whole family on Air Force One to see the total eclipse of the sun, where you'll where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with some Russian spy or the wife of a close friend, wife of a close friend, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, you're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you, don't you, don't you, don't you? He's so vain. He probably thinks this show is about him. He's so vain. He probably thinks this show is about him, about him, about him.
Well, it is.
Thank you, and welcome to our show about this moment. I really wanted to plan a show for a different timeline, a time when I wasn't constantly waiting for another blow to something I love, someone I love, some bomb taken to these imperfect and yet still important United States. Instead, I am burning with the need to resist this coup, this rise toward fascism, toward eugenics, toward disruption, chaos, and outright kleptocracy. So here we are, using our anger to motivate and resist. Anger is, I have learned, somewhat painfully, is a guiding energy. It's a great motivator. Handled correctly, it can be a sustaining heat that keeps our energy up for the long haul. I want to read a brief poem that I think illustrates this idea so well. It's written by Irish, Indian, and bisexual poet Nikita Gill. The rage you are feeling comes from the same place inside your heart as the love. This is why you refuse to accept a world where cruelty reigns and the fire consumes all. You have known hope and joy and kindness like you have known water, and justice is a river that demands you do not give up on it. I'm not giving up, and I hope you aren't either. In addition to motivation, anger gives us great satire and humor, which is one of the best ways to reduce the fear brought on by the onslaught of outrageous moves in just the first 6 weeks of this administration. We explored humor in that Carly Simon classic with a few modifications to words at the top of the show, and our next 3 songs all illustrate resistance to tyranny, injustice, and violence in some way. It is right to refuse cooperation with injustice, and if we can also laugh at the architects of chaos, so much the better. True, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen, standing 16, 1 or 2, with eyes wild and green. You ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without a trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie, and look for a spark that lights the night through the teardrop in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Thank you.
Okay, this next song involves the Queertet, so I'm going to invite them up on stage. This also has some audience participation if you're feeling like singing. You can follow me, you can follow the Queertet, and we'll all just have a really good time, I think.
Sometimes I can be perfectly sweet, got this sugary me stuffed up in my sleeve, and I talk of ponies and rainbows and things, and I'm just who you want me to be. But like most creatures down here on the ground, I and I grow and change and I shift and I switch, and it turns out I'm actually kind of a bitch. But that only happens when I get provoked by some piece of shit asshole we all sadly know. And I sit and I write while reminding you all that mean songs are still better than going postal. And that guy's an asshole. That girl's a bitch. Baby, it's natural. No getting away from it. So sing it out with me, and then let it go. Fuck that guy, he's just an asshole. Oh, asshole. Asshole. I see I've surprised you with some of my words, and I know that surprises, while fun, still can hurt, and I hate to think that I've ruined the day of the dick and the queen of the high horse parade. But I'm sick and tired of your poisonous ways. You're a toxin, wasting perfectly good space. And I say what I think, 'cause it's more economic than drugs or a drink. That guy's an asshole. That girl's a bitch. Baby, it's natural. No getting away from it. So sing it out with me, and then let it go. Fuck that guy, he's just an asshole, and I won't let him in under my skin. You're a sad sack of shit. It's pathetic. Just a festering sore who will never be more than that if I don't let it. That guy's an asshole. That guy's an asshole. That girl's a bitch. That girl's a bitch. Baby, it's natural. Baby, it's natural. No getting away from it. So sing it out with me, and then let it go. Fuck that guy, he's just an asshole. Asshole. That girl's a bitch. Baby, it's natural. Baby, it's natural. No getting away from it. So sing it out with me. Sing it out with me. Then let it go. Let it go. Fuck that guy. He's just an Look inside your tiny mind. The then look a bit harder, 'cause we're so uninspired, so sick and tired of all the hatred you harbor. So you say it's not okay to be gay. Well, I think you're just hateful. You're just some racist who can't tie my laces. Your point of view is medieval. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause your words don't translate and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch. Do you get a little kick out of being small-minded? You wanna be like your father, it's approval you're after. Well, that's not how you find it. Do you really like life that's so hateful? 'Cause there's a hole where your soul should be. You're losing control of it, and it's really distasteful. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do, and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause your words don't translate and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you. 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 You say you think we need to go to war. Well, we're already in one. 'Cause it's people like you that need to get slew. No one wants your opinion. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we're quite late and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That was fun. In all seriousness, in his first day in office, the Not My President issued a series of executive orders that eliminated all federal funding for programs designed to increase diversity, equity, and inclusion. A list of words was first circulated at the National Science Foundation in response to a memo sent in late January from the Office of Personnel Management. The National Science Foundation has been funding about 25% of all scientific research at U.S. colleges and universities. Scientists were notified to stop work on any project that didn't meet guidelines. And by mid-February, the list was also being used to flag grant applications at the National Institutes of Health, the world's largest funder of biomedical research, not just in the United States, but around the world. And just 2 days ago, on Thursday, March 6th, the Boston Globe reported that the NIH had abruptly canceled hundreds of grant contracts worth millions of dollars for work already in progress. Work on cancer, work on trans people, work on healthcare, work on psychology. They cited the Trump administration's new restrictions on funding anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, transgender issues, or research that could potentially benefit universities in China. Not only are these cancellations likely in violation of current legal stays regarding the administration's illegal attempt to usurp Congress's constitutional power to spend our money, but it's blatant censorship. As you'll hear in a few minutes, the list of banned words is extensive. We're going to read the whole thing because I find it hard myself to wrap my head around everything they're trying to eliminate from public discussion. It includes multiple variations of related words so that artificial intelligence can be used to comb through massive amounts of text. When the Queertet did a first read-through of the words earlier this week, it took nearly 20 minutes to read aloud. This list is far more extensive than the 2017 directive from the first Trump administration to the Centers for Disease Control to exclude transgender, fetus, and evidence-based. There are lots of words, and I want to highlight just one for this minute, the word women. Women were only required to be included as participants in medical and scientific research starting in 1993. And now, well, I don't really know what's going to happen now, but that word, along with hundreds of others, will cause a grant to be triaged out of funding consideration or pulled entirely. Women are about half the human population. Just putting that in context. This censorship will cost lives. It is also already costing the forward momentum of one of the greatest scientific infrastructures of modern times. Stephanie and the Queertet are going to read the whole list so we can really see what they're trying to do.
Status. Activism, activist, activists, advocacy, advocate, advocates, affirmative action, bias toward, bias towards, biased, bias toward, bias towards, biases, bias toward, biases towards, decolonization, decolonize, decolonize, decolonizing, desegregate, desegregated, desegregates, desegregation, decolonization, discriminate, discriminated, discrimination, discriminatory, divisiveness, excluded, exclusion, exclusive, feel seen and heard, hate speech, historically, implicit bias, implicit biases, injustice, injustices, institutional, institutionalize, institutionalized, institutionally, intergenerational trauma, intersectional, intersectionality, marginalization, marginalize, marginalized, microaggression, microaggressions, microaggressive, microaggressiveness, minorities, minority, oppressed, oppressive, oppressiveness, oppression, polarization, polarized, politicization, politicized, political, prejudice, prejudices, privilege, privileged, privileges, reparation, reparations, segregated, segregation, socioeconomic, status, statuses, stereotype, stereotypes, stereotypical, stereotyping, system of oppression, systematic oppression, systematically oppressed, systemic, systemic oppression, systemical, systemically, systemically oppressed, systems of oppression, systems of power, trauma, traumatic, underappreciated, underappreciation, underprivileged, underprivileged, underrepresentation, underrepresented, underserved, underserving, undervalued, undervaluing, unjust, victim, victimhood, victimized, victims, voices are acknowledged, voices heard, voices matter, unequal opportunities, unequal opportunity, safe space, safe spaces, sense of belongingness, welcoming environment, barrier, barriers, disabilities, disability, ally, allyship.
Social justice. Advance diversity, advance inclusivity, advance the diversity, advancing diversity, advancing inclusive, alliance for diversity, background inclusivity, bicultural, black culture, black cultures, broaden diversity, broaden the diversity, commitment to diversity, community equity, community inclusivity, cultural activism, cultural activist, cultural activists, cultural advocacy, cultural advocate, cultural and ethnic, cultural and racial, cultural appropriation, cultural appropriations, cultural bias, cultural competency, cultural connections, cultural differences, cultural heritage, cultural humility, cultural inequalities, cultural inequality, cultural inequities, cultural inequity, cultural injustice, cultural injustices, cultural justice, cultural relevance, cultural segregation, culturally attuned, culturally biased, culturally responsive, culturally sensitive, culturally sustainable, culturally sustaining, culture and ethnicity, culture and race, cultures and ethnicities, cultures and races, DEI, DEIJ, diverse background, diverse backgrounds, diverse communities, diverse community, diverse group, diverse groups, diverse individual, diverse individuals, diverse status, diverse statuses, diverse voices, diversified, diversify, diversifying, diversity and equity, diversity and inclusion, diversity and inclusivity, diversity awareness, diversity equity, emphasis on diversity, emphasize diversity, emphasizing diversity, encourage diversity, encouraging diversity, enhance diversity, enhance the diversity, enhancing diversity, equal opportunities, equal opportunity, equalities, equality, equitable, equitable and inclusive, equities, equity, ethnic and cultural, ethnic cultural, ethnic culture, ethnic cultures, ethnic diversity, ethnic equity, ethnicities and cultures, ethnicity and culture, foster diversity, fostering diversity, fostering inclusive, fostering inclusivity, fostering the diversity, group equity, group inclusivity, Hispanic cultural, Hispanic culture, Hispanic cultures, inclusion, inclusive, inclusive language, inclusiveness, inclusivity, inclusivity and diversity, increase diversity, increase the diversity, increases diversity, increases the diversity, increasing diversity, increasing the diversity, indigenous cultural, indigenous culture, indigenous cultures, inequalities, inequality, inequitable, inequities, inequity, intercultural, interculturally, lack of diversity, Latinx cultural, Latinx culture, Latinx cultures, multicultural, multiculturally, promote diversity, promoting diversity, segregated cultures, social activism, social activist, social activists, social advocacy, social advocate, social bias, social biases, social inequalities, social inequality, social inequities, social inequity, social injustice, social injustices, social justice activism, social justice advocacy, social justice advocate, socially biased, sociocultural, socioculturally, structural inequality, structural inequity, support diversity, supporting diversity, transcultural, socially relevant, culturally relevant.
Gender. Bigot, bigotry, black female, black females, black male, black males, black men, black women, cisgender, cisnormative, cisnormativity, colored female, colored females, colored male, colored males, colored men, colored women, female, female voices, females, femininity, feminism, feminist, feministic, fluid identity, gender, gender acceptance, gender affirmation, gender affirming, gender and sexual, gender appreciation, gender-based, gender binary, gender discrimination, gender disparities, gender disparity, gender diversity, gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria, gender fluid, gender fluidity, gender identity, gender ideology, gender inclusive, gender inclusivity, gender marginalized, gender minorities, gender minority, gender neutral, gender non-binary, gender non-conforming, gender oppression, gender preference, gender preferences, gender spectrum, gender stereotypes, gender transition, gender transitioning, gender typical, genders, heterosexual, Hispanic female, Hispanic females, Hispanic male, Hispanic males, Hispanic men, Hispanic women, historically male, indigenous female, indigenous females, indigenous male, indigenous males, indigenous men, indigenous women, intersectional feminism, Latina female, Latina females, Latina male, Latina males, Latina men, Latina women, Latinx female, Latinx females, Latinx male, Latinx males, Latinx men, Latinx women, LGBT, LGBTQ, LGBTQ+, LGBTQIA, male dominant, male dominated, masculine, masculinity, misgender, misogynistic, misogyny, non-binary, non-binary gender, non-conforming gender, oppressed gender, oppressed genders, oppressed sexualities, pansexual, predominantly male, preferred gender, preferred identity, preferred sex, primarily male, pronoun, pronouns, queer theory, self-identify, sex change, sex preference, sex transition, sexism, sexist, sexual discrimination, sexual disparities, sexual disparity, sexual identity, sexual minorities, sexual minority, sexual preference, sexual preferences, sexualities, sexuality, straight, white, toxic masculinity, transgender, transgenderism, transitioning gender, transitioning sex, transjustice, transphobia, transphobic, underrepresented gender, voices of women, white female, white females, white male, white males, white men, white women, women, women and gender, women and underrepresented, women underrepresented.
Race. Anti-black, anti-black racism, anti-racism, anti-racist, anti-white, BIPOC, BIPOC-X, Black and Latinx, Black communities, Black community, Black indigenous and Latinx, Black indigenous and other, Black individual, Black individuals, Black intellectualism, Black Lives Matter, Black minorities, Black minority, Black people, Black person, Black thought, Black voices, Blackness, colored communities, colored community, colored individual, colored individuals, colored minorities, colored minority, colored people, colored person, colored voices, critical race theory, ethnic and racial, ethnic bias, ethnic communities, ethnic community, ethnic identities, ethnic identity, ethnic individual, ethnic individuals, ethnic minorities, ethnic minority, ethnic people, ethnic person, ethnic racism, ethnic segregation, ethnic voices, ethical racism, ethnicities and races, ethnicity, Hispanic communities, Hispanic community, Hispanic individual, Hispanic individuals, Hispanic minorities, Hispanic minority, Hispanic people, Hispanic person, Hispanic voices, historical racism, historically racist, historically white, indigenous communities, indigenous community, indigenous individuals, indigenous individuals, indigenous minorities, indigenous minority, indigenous people, indigenous person, indigenous voices, institutional racism, institutionalized racism, institutionally racist, interracial, interracially, Latina communities, Latina community, Latina individual, Latina individuals, Latina minorities, Latina, person, Latinx voices, multi-ethnic, multi-ethnically, non-black, non-white, people of color, POC, POCX, predominantly white, primarily white, privileged white, pro-black, pro-white, race and culture, race and cultural, race and ethnicity, race-based, races and cultures, races and ethnicities, racial, racial and cultural, racial and ethnic, racial bias, racial biases, racial disparities, racial disparity, racial diversity, racial identity, racial inequalities,
racial inequality, racial inequities, racial inequity, racial injustice, racial injustices, racial justice, racial minorities, racial minority, racial oppression, racial prejudice, racial prejudices, racial segregation, racial socialization, racial solidarity, racial stereotypes, racial violence, racially and culturally, racially biased, racially oppressed, racism, racist, segregated ethnicities, segregated ethnicity, segregated race, segregated races, structural racism, structurally racist, systemic racism, systemically racist, tokenistic, tokenism, trans-ethnic, white colonialism, white colonization, white colonizer, white colonizers, white fragility, white historically, white nationalism, white nationalist, white people, white person, white privilege, white serving, white supremacy, whiteness.
And last but not least, environmental justice. Climate action, climate conscious, climate consciousness, climate equality, climate equity, climate justice, climate research, eco-cultural, environment conscious, environment consciousness, environmental conscious, environmental consciousness, environmental equality, environmental equity, environmental governance, environmental justice, environmental social, environmental governance, environmentally conscious, environmental social, ESG, ESG effort, ESG efforts, ESG initiative, ESG initiatives, Green New Deal, net zero, social environmental, climate injustice, climate justices, climate injustices, climate change, green infrastructure, green society, clean energy.
Golly, golly, oh my gosh. Golly, golly, my, oh my. Golly, golly, goodness sakes alive. Can you beat that? Did you ever hear of such a thing? Oh boy, that really takes the cake. Well, I never ever saw the likes of that. Holy cow, geez Louise, man alive, I declare now I've seen everything. Well, I'll be, will you look at that? Golly, golly, oh my gosh. Golly, golly, my, oh my. Golly, golly, goodness sakes alive. Can you beat that? Golly, golly, did you ever hear of such a thing? Golly, golly, boy, that really takes the cake. Golly, golly, goodness sakes alive. Can you beat that? I don't know how to tell you. I can't make you see. Can anyone explain to those who think that the world is all about only me? I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. Isn't the point of society to make life a bit easier? Widen your circle, make all people your family. I don't know how to tell you. I can't make you see. Can anyone explain to those who think that the world is all about only me? I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people. I don't know how to tell you, care about other people.
Our next two songs, The Blue-Green Hills of Earth by Kim Oler and Great Trees by Wendell Berry and Malcolm Dalglish, focus on the topic of nature. They celebrate and marvel at the wondrous beauty of our world, and they draw our attention to the environments that depend on us for protection. Now, more than ever, it is our duty to do what we can to act as guardians, stewards, and defenders of the land and sea. As you listen to the lyrics of these pieces, think about the forests, waters, landscapes, and wildlife that you personally cherish, and then carry that reverence and inspiration with you into the coming days. Together, we can joyfully work toward a future in which we live in harmony with our incredible earth.
For the skies forever see.
spreading and upright, apostles of the living light. Patient as stars, they build in air, tier after tier, a timbered choir, stout beams upholding weightless grace of song of blessing on this place. They stand in waiting all around, uprisings of their native ground, downcomings of the distant light. They are the advent they await. Receiving sun and giving shade, their life's a benefaction made, and is a benediction said over the living and the dead. In fall their bright and leaves released, fly down the wind, and we are pleased to walk on radiance amazed. O light, come down to earth, be praised.
Like many people, I turned to TikTok during the 2020 COVID lockdown for human connection. Once outside the comedy, animal antics, and dancing videos, the app truly shined with something invaluable. Videos from people across the world directly sharing their lives, their cultures, their languages, their histories, their perspectives, and their struggles. We were able to witness firsthand, inform about, and protest against injustice and inhumanity worldwide. From the streets of Minnesota to all across Turtle Island, from the Middle East to Congo, to Sudan, to Tigray, to Kashmir, to all people across the world caught in strife and conflict, we bring you a folk song from the people of Palestine. This song is called Al Yadil Yadil Yadi. It's a song of peace and celebration. We will be singing the Arabic lyrics, but I'll read the translation for you now. Al Yadil Yadil Yadi, celebrate the world with me. We will grow and we will see our lives can be happy and free. Al Yadil Yadil Yadi, celebrate the world with me. We will grow and we will see our lives can be happy and free. Climb to the mountaintop, walk the valley, never stop. Feel the breeze and feel the sun, greet the blessings one by one.
Thank you so much, Queertet. We are now going to go to an intermission. If you are watching online, now is a great time to donate to the Afiya Center. If you are here in person, now is a great time to donate to the Afiya Center. We are going to have an intermission that is exactly 13 minutes and 47 seconds. And how do I know that? That is because we have an intermission video featuring the music of Paul James France. There are 3 songs that I have selected of his album, and he wrote the first 2 in 2008. And the first one, called If People Like Me Marry, was in response to California Proposition 8. And he was just, I think like last year, he said, man, I feel like my songs aren't really relevant anymore. Surprise! Sadly, we are still fully relevant. So enjoy the music of Paul James France, and we will see you back in 13 minutes and 47 seconds.
Think of what could happen if people like me marry. The world might come to an end. Even worse, it might not. And where would we be then? Think of what could happen if I'm allowed to marry. God forbid, we might move in next door and live our wicked lifestyle for all to see. Guerrilla fighters in a cultural war. A window at sunrise, you'll see us engage in oral hygiene, and then buck naked we shall. With careful observation of our cohabitation, you'll see us go to work, mow the grass, raise our kids, and pay the rent. sneak into our cellar. You could watch us strip furniture, or see us soaked to the skin washing the dog. When you observe our aberrational living situation, you'll see us feed the cat, clean its box, pull the weeds, wash our socks, have a beer, clean the house, watch TV with our spouse. A lifestyle so familiar, you'll wonder why they call us bent. What if your eyes tell you that your preacher and your family and all those who taught you were wrong? What if you discover the moral compass they gave you is just a dial with a needle painted on? Will you trust your own heart to tell you right from wrong? Where will you find the strength to stand apart from those who love you? Think of what will happen when people like me marry. The world might come to an end. Even worse, it might not. And where will we be? I know where I'll be. But where will you be then? You don't know nothing about it. You don't know what I've been through. You think that love's supposed to make people happy. Well, darling, I got news for you. You say that I've been unfaithful. That just isn't true. Truth is that I have always been faithful. I just ain't been faithful to you. I've always known what I wanted, not double X, but XY. I always prayed he'd ride into my life. God answered my prayer. Now I'm living a lie. You say that you are the victim. I see how you might think that's true, but I wouldn't have had to do what I'd done except for the hardness of people like you. You and your kin all around here made my alternatives clear. Get married, have kids, hide my love out of sight, or retire in a ditch, the endless night. Limited choices you gave me. I picked the best of the two. You'll understand it was nothing personal when I got married to you. Don't know nothing about it. You don't know what I've been through. You think that love's supposed to make people happy. Well, darling, I got news for you. Remember the day we got married? The part where I said I do. I was kind of surprised. Nobody noticed. I wasn't looking at you. No, I looked right past you to the very last pew where he nodded his head as he silently said, I do too.
It's all starting to happen, and they're calling me a star. House on the river, driving around in my big Cadillac car. I don't know how fast or how far I can go, but I know I'll never get there while you're in my way, saying no. I don't need someone to tell me what I can't do. I need somebody to help me make my dreams come true. And you say you've got the business sense to know what I should be, but I'm not here to fulfill your dreams, and I'm not here to make you rich, and I'm not here to look good hanging off of your arm. I'm here to be me. So just take your hands off my life and get your fingers out out of my pie. The board of this corporation is me, myself, and I. And the board has reached a decision about a change in the executive team. Your services are no longer required. You're fired. I'm taking charge of my dream. I grew up on the streets of New York City. My dreams reached the sky, but I needed someone to teach me to fly. You came along and gave me a guiding hand. You led me down the path into the promised land. Pushing you away is tearing me in two, but when I look in the mirror, I only see you. You don't listen to me, your hand is holding me back. Our train has reached the end of the track. So just take your hands off my life, get your fingers out of my pie. The board of this corporation is me, myself, and I. And the board has reached a decision about a change in the executive team. Your services are no longer required. You're fired. I'm taking charge of my dream.
Welcome back from intermission, Carol Nelson. I love you. Well, we got heated in the first half, so I want to bring us back to some beauty and joy and whatever else we can do in this moment. As many people have pointed out over many decades, the arts have forever been a way to comment on, call out, critique, move, and inspire us. It's no wonder that authoritarians and dictators try to hoard art for themselves, like Nazis looting Jewish homes, or violently suppress it, like Stalin's censorship, or Pinochet disappearing songwriters and musicians, along with journalists, students, professors, and activists. Last August, the Human Rights Foundation noted that artists and the arts were already under attack, which doesn't bode well for us, not quite a year later. So what are we doing? What can we do? We cannot individually do everything that needs attention. We cannot even pay attention to all of the things that need to be paid attention to. That's already clear, just not even quite 2 months in. To save as much as possible, we need to focus our attention and our energies in whatever way makes the most sense to your place and your circumstance. In the Miss Smith studio, one of the focal areas for fundraising this year is the Afiya Center. The Afiya Center, as you heard at the top of the show, is located in Dallas, Texas, where the incredible accumulation of forced birth policies is horrible for everyone, but disproportionately harms people of color. The mission of the Afiya Center is to address the increasing disparity between HIV incidents worldwide and the extraordinary prevalence of HIV among Black women and girls in Texas. Also to educate broadly about abortion access and reproductive justice and connect people to resources. The Afiya Center is the only reproductive justice organization in North Texas founded and directed by Black women. Please donate what you can to support their efforts. It's desperately needed. Together, we fight, we take care of people in need, we sing beautiful songs along with the angry songs, we celebrate every single moment of hope and beauty we can find. We follow the advice of Leonard Bernstein, who wrote, "We must encourage thought, free and creative. We must respect privacy. We must observe taste by not exploiting our sorrows, successes, or passions. We must learn to know ourselves better through art. We must rely more on the unconscious, inspirational side of humanity. We must not enslave ourselves to dogma. We must believe in the attainability of good. We must believe without fear in people. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say are wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream them aloud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on, starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me 'cause I'm in too deep. Yeah, I'm in too deep. It's been 2 months and I miss my home. There's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all of those things I didn't say are wrecking balls inside my brain. And I will scream them aloud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on, starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Prove I'm alright song. Take back my life song. My power's turned on, starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Little child, be not afraid, though rain pounds harsh against the glass like an unwanted stranger, there is no danger, I am here tonight. Little child, be not afraid, though thunder explodes and a lightning flash illuminates your tear-stained face, I am here tonight. And someday you'll know that nature is so, the same rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and land, on forests and sand, makes the beautiful world that you see in the morning. Little child, be not afraid, though storm clouds mask your beloved moon, its candlelight beams still keep pleasant dreams, and I am here tonight. Little child, be not afraid, the wind makes creatures of our trees, the branches to hands, they're not real, understand, and I am here tonight. And someday you'll know that nature is so, the same rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and the land, on forests and sand, makes the beautiful world that you see in the morning. For you know, once even I was a little child, and I was afraid, but a gentle someone always came to dry all my tears, trade sweet sleep for fears, and to give a kiss goodnight. And now I am grown, and these years have shown the rain's a part of how life goes, but it's dark and it's late, so I'll hold you and wait. Still your darkened eyes do close, and I hope that you know that nature is so, the same rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and the land, love alive? Is love? They say that things just cannot grow beneath the winter snow, or so I have been told. They say we're buried far, just like a distant star I simply cannot hold. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? This is my winter song. December never felt so long, 'cause you're not where you belong, inside my arms. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I still believe in summer days. The seasons always change, and life will find a way. I'll be your harvester of light and send it out tonight, so we can start again. Is love alive? Is love alive? This is my winter song. December never felt so long, 'cause you're not where you belong, inside my arms. This is my winter song to you. The storm is coming soon. It rolls in from the sea. My love, a beacon in the night. My words will be your light to carry you to me. Is love alive? 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 I don't care if the house is packed or the strings of lights are broken. I don't care if the gifts are wrapped, oh, there's nothing here to open. Love is not a toy, and no paper can conceal it. Love is simply joy that I'm home. I don't care if the carpet's stained, we've got food upon the table. I don't care if it's gonna rain, our little room is warm and stable. Love is who we are, and no season can contain it. Love would never fall for that. We sing, ooh. Why so scared that you'll mess it up when perfection keeps you haunted? All we need is your best, my love. That's all anyone ever wanted. Love is how we do. Let no judgment overrule it. Love, I look to you and I sing. Thank you. Those last two songs were written by singer, songwriter, actor Sarah Bareilles, who wrote the musical Waitress, has collaborated and recorded with John Legend, my pretend celebrity boyfriend, and has incredible variety, incredible variety in her style in addition to the last two songs, very, very beautiful and loving. She also wrote one of the swearing songs at the top of the show, Sweet as Whole. Stephanie, you and I have been giving fundraisers for a while, since 2019, it turns out. I looked it up. We've been calling them Love Wins since 2019, and I have always sung a song somewhere in the show called Love Wins that was co-written and recorded by Carrie Underwood. It's a great song. But Carrie Underwood sold out, or maybe was always supportive of the current Not My President, and sang at his inauguration. And worse, gaslit all her fans by defending her decision in the face of pretty swift backlash with gross and disingenuous calls for unity, seemingly deeply ignorant of the harm that we all knew was going to be unleashed starting right after that day's festivities. So this concert, this time, I'm setting aside Love Wins the song. I'll probably bring it back in the future, but right now, I won't sell my soul for it. Instead, I'm going to sing something by the always timely, forever champion of all the underdogs, Tracy Chapman. All you have is your soul. Oh, my mama told me, 'cause she said she learned the hard way. Say she want to spare the children. She say don't give or sell your soul away, 'cause all that you have is your soul. Don't be tempted by the shiny apple. Don't you eat of the bitter fruit. Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth, 'cause all that you have is your soul. I was a pretty young girl once. I had dreams, I had high hopes. Married a man who stole my heart away. He gave his love, but what a high price I paid. And all that you have is your soul. Don't be tempted by the shiny apple. Don't you eat of that bitter fruit. Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth, 'cause all that you have is your soul. Why was I such a young fool? Thought I'd make history, making babies was the best I could do. Thought I'd made something that could be mine forever. Found out the hard way, one can't possess another, and all that you have is your soul. So don't you be tempted by the shiny apple. Don't you eat of the bitter fruit. Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth, 'cause all that you have is your soul. I thought that I could find a way to beat the system, to make a deal and have no debts to pay. I'd take it all and run away. Me for myself, first class and first rate. But all that you have is your soul. Don't be tempted by the shiny apple. Don't you eat of that bitter fruit. Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth, 'cause all that you have is your soul. Here I am waiting for a better day, a second chance, a little luck to come my way. A hope to dream, a hope that I can sleep again and wake in a world with clear conscience and clean hands. 'Cause all that you have is your soul. So don't be tempted by the shiny apple. don't you eat of the bitter fruit. Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth, 'cause all that you have is your soul. Oh, my mama told me, 'cause she said she learned the hard way. Says she want to spare the children. She said to nip your soul or sell your way, 'cause all that you have is your soul. All that you have. All that you have. All that you have is your soul. I won't pretend that we can control the night or what kind of road we're on or when we will see the light. But right now I'm talking to you. I'm looking into your eyes. Right now I'm trying to show you that we're gonna be alright. Oh, I don't know what's around the bend. All I know is that my love, it knows no end. All these pieces, they fall in line because I'm forever on your side. Take my hand when you can't see the light, 'cause I'm forever on your side. I will carry you every time, 'cause I'm forever on your side. They'll beat you up, but don't let them keep you down, 'cause you're always tough enough, and I'll always be around. Oh, I don't know what's around the bend. All I know is that my love, it knows no end. All these pieces, they fall in line because I'm forever on your side. Take my hand when you can't see the light, 'cause I'm forever on your side. I will carry you every time, 'cause I'm forever on your side. Oh, is that my love, it knows no end. All these pieces, they fall in line, 'cause I'm forever on your side. Take my hand when you can't see the light, 'cause I'm forever on your side. I will carry you every time, 'cause I'm forever on your side. 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 Thank you. Thank you all so much. I'm glad to be on your side and have you with me. There's a lot, right? There's just a lot. There's so much happening. I have had to focus on just a few things, and I could talk, have you met me? I could talk for hours on many things, all the things I had to leave out. It's overwhelming on purpose to keep us demoralized and confused and cut off from each other. So my answer, I don't know what your answer is, but my answer is that we keep investing in community, keep our bonds strong and secure, that we look out for each other and do our part, whatever that is. And there's so many ways. Making daily calls to elected officials, one-off or regular donations, volunteering, writing songs, singing songs, rallies, protests, organizing your union, mutual aid, educating and raising awareness, fundraising for organizations serving the vulnerable. One more shout out to the Afiya Center. We each have a part to play to keep resistance efforts going for the long haul, and it will be long. You're helping by being here today or listening online. Hi, Iris. Now or later, and by any number of useful, varied expressions of love. One last time, Leonard Bernstein. This time, something he wrote after the assassination of JFK. Our music will never again be quite the same. This will be our reply to violence. To make music more intensely, more beautifully, more devotedly than ever before. I'm so happy to bring back the Queertet for our last song. It's been so fabulously amazing to sing with you all. I thank them all so much. We're going to sing one last song. It's called Keep Marching. It's from Suffs the Musical, a Tony Award-winning show that takes a look at the fight to establish the voting franchise for women in the United States. It's touring the United States this year. Keep marching. You won't live to see the future that you fight for. Maybe no one gets to reach that perfect day. If the work is never over, then how do you keep marching anyway? Do you carry your banner as far as you can, rewriting the world with your imperfect pen, till the next stubborn girl picks it up in a picket line over and over again, and you join in the chorus of centuries chanting to her? The path will be twisted and risky and slow, but keep marching, keep marching. Will you fail or prevail? Well, you may never know. Keep marching, 'cause ancestors are all the proof you need that progress is possible, not guaranteed. It will only be made if we keep marching on, keep marching on, keep marching on, keep marching on. And remember every mother that you came from. Learn as much from our success as our mistakes. Don't forget you're merely one of many others on the journey every generation makes. We did not end in justice, and neither will you, but still we made strides, so we know you can too. Peace with our imperfect power and use it for good, 'cause there's so much to do. The gains will feel small and the losses too large. Keep marching, keep marching. You'll rarely agree with whoever's in charge. Keep marching, 'cause your ancestors are all the proof you need that progress is possible, not guaranteed. It will only be made if we keep marching on. Keep marching on. Keep marching on. Keep marching on. The world can be changed. We've done it before. So keep marching. Keep marching. We're always behind you. So bring down the door and keep marching. Keep marching. 'Cause when history sound the alarm of how the future demands that we fight for it now, it will only be ours if we keep marching on. Come on, keep marching. 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 Keep marching on. Okay, I have a few thank yous to give. Brooks, this amazing, incredible sound support. Stan on the cameras in the back, thank you. Oh my gosh, the Queertet, thank you so much. The time and the effort to learn these songs. It's been so satisfying to sing with you. Thank you to Stephanie Lynn Smith for supporting this work. 9 freaking times, an incredible work at the piano. It is an ongoing honor. My partner Mark for your love and support. Thank you. Thank you to all the people in this room who traveled. Some of you traveled from very far away. Folks online, hi again, Iris. Thank you for being here, doing what you can now or in the future in a time of deep distress. I want to send out this last song as a blessing for all of you, for folks online, maybe folks who will hear this in a very uncertain future. I sing it for anyone mourning a loss, wondering where to go next. I want to use the anger and beauty of Sarah Bareilles, the integrity of Tracy Chapman, the driving forward momentum of the suffragists, and keep marching and keep getting into what the legendary John Lewis referred to as good trouble. When you need rest and solace, sing this song. May the angels protect you and trouble neglect you, and heaven accept you when it's time to go home. May you always have plenty, the glass never empty, and know in your belly you're never alone. May your tears come from laughing, you find friends worth having. With every year passing, they mean more than gold. May you win and stay humble, smile more than grumble, and know when you stumble, you're never alone. Never alone, never alone. I'll be every beat of your heart when you face the unknown. Wherever you fly, this isn't goodbye. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby, you're never alone. Well, I have to be honest, as much as I want it, I'm not gonna promise the cold winds won't blow. So when hard times have found you and your fears surround you, wrap my love around you, you're never alone. Never alone, never alone. I'll be in every beat of your heart when you face the unknown. Wherever you fly, this isn't goodbye. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby, you're never alone. May the angels protect you, trouble neglect you, and heaven accept you when it's time to go home. And when hard times have found you and your fear surrounds you, wrap my love around you, you're never alone. Never alone, never alone. I'll be in every beat of your heart as you face the unknown. Wherever you fly, this isn't goodbye. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby, you're never alone. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby, you're never alone.